Good morning. I'm going to do this before. And there's something that once, it's like an urge in my background. So you get this straight. This isn't a fucking confession. There's somebody I used to work with. I've mentioned this a couple of times. I tried to contact her summer before last, right? Last summer, early in the year. Something was going on. Somebody was trying to hook up a deal connected to when she and I worked together. Now, I'm doing what I need to do right now to deal with that period. My understanding is whether or not she knew about it directly, they used her and I working together as part of a production arrangement connected to the SPR drawdown from Texas to East Chicago. To be honest with you, I have no real reason to believe she personally knew about that. I also don't have any real reason to believe that the lawyers I worked for before I came to Texas knew about that specifically. But I do believe the lawyers I worked for in Texas knew. And I believe that those lawyers all had political ambitions, and the people who they supported politically knew. Now, I'm doing what I need to do to take care of that the best I can, but here's the problem. Apparently, she and her network lied their ass off. And even if you thought that I said or did something dishonest beforehand, I have more than proven. I've taken responsibility for what I needed to take responsibility for, but then we have the other matter, which is that a bunch of people contrived and conspired at the onset, thinking they have some in to cover up for them doing something really bad. And this stuff with my former colleague is getting really fucking nasty. I have been psychologically tortured continuously for 6 years, and I'm having less and less mercy for people in her network because their whole shtick was about being caseworkers and social workers, helping people in trauma, including sexual fucking trauma. And all I fucking hear in the background connected to her and her network is how they want money. And they want it from me. Now, I already told them, if they went to Chicago with the intent to set up this whole Jeffrey Epstein shit because they had some other New York beef they were trying to meet out in Chicago, I was the wrong fucking Chicago to try to pin it on. You understand? I'm doing what I need to do to take care of things. But I do not see her as a civilian anymore. And I do not see her network as civilians anymore. I see them as combatants. And worse than that, they don't even have the dignity to be guerrillas, right? I actually literally see her and her network as terrorists, biological fucking terrorists. So every time I'm supposed to get the medicine, and every time I'm supposed to organize girls or anybody else in the sex trade, I see it as a continuing effort to try to compel me to aid and abet their terrorist network. You need to understand that's exactly how I'm going to treat it every fucking time. And if they thought they were going to cut deals with the Dixie mob and use me to broker them and then try to undercut the mob and blame it on me, I think they're going to need to reposition themselves, not reconsider. It's too late for that. They're going to need to reposition themselves, and they need to relent on these hostilities, and I'm not paying for a goddamn fucking thing.